everyone hear me? Yeah, okay. Thank you for having us here to demonstrate Kendo. Kendo, for those who haven't seen it before, is Japanese fencing. We are all members of the San Francisco Kendo Dojo. It's an organization that has been around since 1957. Right now, we're under the direction of Koji Ozawa-sensei. So we practice twice a week. Our Thursday dojo is actually in this location, so this is basically home for us right now. So what I'd like to do is introduce everyone practicing. Kendo uses a Q-Dan scale for ranking. So first Dan is like first degree black belt, Q is below black belt, everything else is a higher degree. So we have from left to right, Takia, who's unranked, Richard, unranked, Rich, unranked, Brian, EQ, Nana, EQ, Dinesh, second Dan, that's like second degree black belt, Taihei, third Dan, and Miller Sensei, Yondan, or fourth Dan, which is the sensei grade in Kendo. And I'm Jonathan Deutsch, Kendo Sandan. So Kendo, as you'll see, looks very kind of aggressive, sharp, and fast, but we're not really here to beat up on each other. The true purpose of Kendo is to become a better person through studying the sword. So respect is very important in Kendo. Respect of the dojo where we practice, and also respect of our partners. So Kendo always begins and ends with a bow, which is the symbol for respect, and a good partner can bring out the best in you. Kendo also begins with meditation. It's not really spiritual per se, but it's more to clear the mind and let you solely focus on Kendo. So why don't we go ahead and begin practice? So, tucked up. Stays up. Hooks up! Hooks up, right! Let's go. Okay, so right now they're going to be putting on their armor. And armor was really integral to the development of Kendo. When Kendo started, it was a way for samurai to be able to practice without harming each other. Before, they would have the katana, a live, sharp blade. So if you messed up in practicing, that would be a pretty bloody affair. So the bokuto, or wooden sword, was developed. But this still could cause bruises or even worse. So right now we just use the bokuto or boken for some of the predetermined forms in Kendo, the kata. Later, the shinai was developed. This is 4 slats of bamboo, and there's a binding cord right here that brings it all together. This cord represents the dull side or the back side of the katana, so all strikes with the sword need to be with the front side. If you were to strike the side, that wouldn't count in Kendo. It's pretty flexible, and so this would allow samurai back in the era to be able to practice their swordsmanship without holding back. They can do full hits. Kendo for a while was practiced, and then it became banned after World War II, but it came back more or less into the martial art that we see today. There have been very few rules changes. One of the great things about Kendo is it's practiced basically the same worldwide. So if you're traveling, you can go ahead and take your armor and take your shinai all across the world and practice the same type of Kendo anywhere you go. So as you are done suiting up, go ahead and stand up. So today what we'll do is we'll cover some of the basic strikes in Kendo, what's valid, what's not valid. We'll also do some beginning of practice and what that's like, and then we'll show some free sparring or matches between partners. Why don't we go ahead and have Taihei and Miller Sensei come forward. So what they're wearing is traditional Japanese clothing, hakama and keikogi, and the armor is lightweight but pretty protective, so if you're hit, you will feel the impact, but it won't hurt unless someone hits incorrectly. Go ahead and bow. So like I said, Kendo always begins and ends with a bow. So in Kendo, there are 4 main target areas to strike. So the first target area is the head, that's called the men. And just like in real life, if you hit the head with a sword, that's pretty much game over. So for the men area, the first strike can be straight, so straight men. You can also hit on the right side of the men, that's angling it. You can hit the left side of the men. And the next group is the wrist, or a wrist strike. This is called kote. So you can hit the left wrist, or you can hit, if the opponent goes up, the other wrist. And then there's the body strike. This is called the do. So you can hit, again, both sides, the right side of the do, or the left side of the do. And the final strike, the final target in Kendo is called the ski, or thrust to the throat. So now to actually score a point, Kendo is scored by judges. So to actually score a point, 3 main conditions must be achieved. First, it's not just a tap. You actually have to strike sharply and with force. Next, when you do the strike, you have to call out what you're going to strike. This is called kiai, or vocal spirit. It's very loud. And the final thing is when you're done with the strike, you have to show readiness to strike again. This is called zanshin. So these 3 main components of spirit, sword, and body must all act as one. So Taihei, can you please hit a good point, big man? So that was a good men strike. Now, like I said, those 3 things have to come together for a point. So I'd like to demonstrate what would not be a valid point. So Taihei, can you, he's very trained to hit only good points, but maybe we can demonstrate what a bad point would be. Okay, that was not a good point. So that was a very weak hit. There was no vocal spirit, and the follow through was just like very slow and sloppy. I don't like demonstrating that, so Taihei, can you show one more good man? So you'll notice they're always in a stance where they're ready to attack. Right now they're in what's called chudan no kamai, which is the middle stance. Some people will practice in other forms of stances. So Miller Sensei likes to do what's called jodan no kamai, or a high stance. This is also a fire stance. It's very aggressive. So Miller Sensei, can you show a men from jodan? And one more man. Okay, so now we're going to begin practice. We always do a little bit of warming up with a series of repetitive strikes. This is called kirikaishi. And so it lets us dial in our kendo, our distance in our striking. So we'll have Miller Sensei and Taihei can bow out, and you can both be motodachi. Everyone else can 3 and 3 line up. Okay, so kirikaishi. Taihei. Okay, so we'll have Miller Sensei and Taihei as Motodachi. Motodachi is the receiver. And we'll have Takia, Rich, Richard, and Brian attacking. So we'll show some of the basic techniques in Kendo. So the first technique to demonstrate is men. So this is the basic headshot. So big men, 2 times each. So that was the men, the head strike. Next will be kote. This is the wrist strike. And next will be what a do or body strike looks like. Okay, can we have Dinesh and Nena? So those were individual strikes, but in doing Kendo techniques, you can also do kind of like combination techniques. So one of the main combinations is to try to go for the wrist and then hit the men. So kote men. And another combination that you can do is kote. Men is the obvious choice. So maybe the opponent thinks, oh, they hit my kote, I'm gonna try to block for the men. That will open up the body, and so you can strike there. So kote do, 2 times. And another combination you can do is men. So you go for the men once, and maybe that surprises or shocks the opponent, or the distance isn't quite right. You can go ahead and try to hit the men again. You can go ahead and bow. We'll have Miller Sensei and Taihei. So in Kendo, blocking isn't really something that's like a major part of the curriculum, but you can do counterattacks in Kendo. So this is known as ojiwaza. So what you can do is lure your opponent in to try to hit something specific and then counterattack. So we'll have Taihei hit men and Miller Sensei Kaishido. So Miller Sensei is going to try to lure in Taihei to hit the head, will block, use the energy, and then do a body shot. One more time, please. Another common technique is taking the target away and hitting something else. So this would be Miller Sensei attacking Taihei's kote, taking the kote away, and then the head becomes a big target. Go ahead and Osamato. So those are the basic strikes and techniques in Kendo. So as we go into matches, be on the lookout for what were good attacks, what techniques were used, where was the hit? Did the hit hit the proper place or did it miss? So we'll go ahead and start a few matches. Let's go ahead and have Takia and Richard. So this is free sparring, and they'll try to hit whatever's open. It's very hard to hit what's open when you have an unwilling opponent. You can cheer them on. Rich and Brian. That was a very good men's strike. So let's have Richard and Nena. We'll have Takia and Dinesh. Brian and Nana. Dinesh and Taihei. Let's have Nana and Miller Sensei. Taihei and Brian. So distance is very important in Kendo. If you're at the wrong distance, you can't hit. It's very hard to tell distance when someone's raising their arm up. We'll have one final match, Miller Sensei and Taihei. Okay, go ahead, line up, students. Checks up. Mentore. So that was Kendo. I'd like to definitely thank the Cherry Blossom Festival for having us here to demonstrate. So like I said, we're the San Francisco Kendo Dojo. We practice twice a week. So Monday night we practice from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Buddhist Church of San Francisco. And Thursday night is right here, 7 to 9 also. If you happen to be interested or inspired, then we do 2 sign-ups a year. The next one will be in June. I think there will be a date released on the website. I don't think we have an exact date right now, but there's an email address on our website, and so you can email them, say you're interested, and then you'll get emailings if you're interested to sign up. Kendo is practiced by people young and not so young. I think the youngest we've had in our dojo is 9, but there are people younger, and we have people in their 80s practicing Kendo also. It can be practiced by any gender. Tournaments sometimes are separated or can be mixed, so there's no advantage. If you're tall, you can hit the head maybe more easily. If you're short, the wrist and the body is target, so it's actually, there's always ways to compensate and to practice good Kendo. So if you like what you see, I would encourage you to try it out. It's something a little bit different than your everyday experience. And so with that, we will end practice. Like I said, Kendo always begins and ends with bow and meditation. So, Seiza, Mokso! Mokso Yame! Great! Thank you very much.